Hi, this is Sharon McNall, and I'm an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up, and you can find me at inspiredbygraham.com. Today I'm going to give you a sneak peek as to what's coming up in the 2018-19 holiday catalog from Stampin' Up. I'm not able to show you the catalog right now, but stay tuned. It'll be coming up in just a couple weeks. The most favorite project kit out of the catalog, in my opinion, is the Timeless Tidings project kit. You have the opportunity to make 20 Christmas cards, and the project kit is priced real nice at $20 a piece. And if you wanted to add a stamp set that goes with this, that is also $20 for clear mount or $28 for the wood mount. So let me show you the stamp set. I purchased it as a clear mount stamp set. It's got great sentiments, got some nice cute designs here that match the project kit. So let me show you the cards. They are amazing. I just love the detail in the paper. So this is just one that says Merry Christmas, and all of them have the gold foil stickers, and it's great. And this is how I designed my envelope, and I added a little bit of Wink of Stella right here in the middle, colored these with the blends, and also used the Memento black ink. For the ink here, I used Mossy Meadow. And this is, out of the four, this is my favorite because I just love pine trees and nature, and I live amongst a million pine trees. So this one is just cute. It's very simple and elegant. The next one is another one which is really fun to make. I'll show you how to curl this up so it gives you some dimension. And behind there is a foil sticker as well. Notice the rhinestones. You get Mossy Meadow and gold rhinestones in the pack, in the project kit. And lastly, here's another one. Great banner with the gold accent. And I used the Mossy Meadow embellishments as well, and matched up the envelope. Let me show you the envelope. So looks like a basic, very vanilla envelope, but you flip it over and look at that gorgeous gold foil. Isn't that really sweet? Such a nice Christmas card. So I'm going to show you how to make each one of these today. So it just uses, I'm just using Mossy Meadow ink. And if you wanted to use and jazz it up, you can use whatever colors you want, but I'm just going to try to keep it simple for you as a stamper. So let's just keep this one in the picture because that's the one we're going to be making, and I'll need to refer to it as we go. So what you're going to do is on this one, this banner here and the stamp set's very tight. So what I did is I used my Stamparatus. So I'm going to show you how I did that. And this is the first video I've ever used the Stamparatus on, so hopefully I'll get it right for you. So let me just get this set up, and just going to put my ink pad under, or my stamp set under there, and hopefully I'm in camera. So as you can see, my stamp set is here, and I used these are the sheets that they come in, like all the embellishment tags and stuff. Let me show you this one here, and they just pop out. So I kept this as a template. One of our team members showed us this, and I thought it was a great way to stamp this banner. I'm using 2 magnets. Make sure you don't put these close together, else they will break. So I just found that I needed 2 magnets here. I have my stamp, and I've got a banner here. So I'm going to make sure that it's lined up here into this little template that's already created for you. And I'm just going to take my Mossy Meadow ink, and I'm going to slide this in, and I'm just going to ink up the Merry Christmas, just gently. And you could use your ink spots if you had your ink spots. And I'm just going to press this down. And if we don't get a good image, we've got a second opportunity to get another image on there. So I'm going to just show you again. I'm going to make that a little bit darker, the Merry Christmas. So I'm just going to re-ink the stamp and give it another good press. And that should be pretty good. Yep, that's much better. I like it much darker there. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take my paper piercer And because I don't want this template to move. Notice I've got it flush up here because I've got more to stamp. So I'm just gonna try to release that. And there's our banner. It's spot on. Love the Stamparatus. So if you don't have that on your wish list, you should get it on your wish list. It's a great tool. All right, so now let's assemble the card. We've got our banner here. And what we're gonna do, let me just bring it back into the picture here. And these are the pieces that we have. We've got our base, we've got a panel, and we've got our banner. So in the kit, you get these, and I know this is gonna glare, you get these little stickers. So you just gotta be careful you're using the correct one. And when you pull these off, sometimes these little notches stay in there. So you'll need something sharp, or, you know, like I use my paper piercer, and they're super sticky. So I just find them, some of them don't always come off. And I would not recommend using your brush to take them off, just because it will leave, the brush will leave indentations there. So what I'm gonna do is, there's a line here already created for you, and I'm just going to, hopefully I can do this right on camera, line it up best I can, and press, oops, there's a piece right there, don't want that on there, and press down. Now you might find that it does come over the edge a little bit, and I think that they did that on purpose, so you have the opportunity to trim it off. So I'm just going to use my paper snips and just snip right close to the edge of that card base. All right, so that's our first step. Our next step is to add this piece onto the card front. So I'm going to use Tombow glue for that, just because Tombow glue gives you enough time to move around your paper. So I'm just going to get it close to the edge and in the middle there. And then I'm just going to line it up, and it's flush to the top and the sides, and down by that gold foil there. So see what I mean about the wiggle room? I like the Tombow glue, because the first card I used just regular snail adhesive, and my card went over just a little bit. All right, so that looks good down there. So I'm just going to give it a nice good press. All right, so that's our second step. Our next step is to simply pop this up with dimensionals. So I will bring in 3 dimensionals. I think I used 3. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Yep. And just press those with your fingernail, and we'll release the backings. Now this gets, you can put it anywhere you want, but I'm just gonna go with what they gave for an example. And there's your Christmas card. Isn't that awesome? Actually, one step I did miss is I'm gonna bring in these, like I said, you get these embellishments, these rhinestones. One's mossy metal, the other one is gold. So with this card, I'm gonna add, I like odd numbers, so I'm gonna add a rhinestone right in the middle. And I'm also going to add one right down there. And a third one will go, I think I just lost it. I'm going to put one right over here. So there's our first card. Isn't that gorgeous? And on the inside, you could stamp whatever you want. I'm not going to stamp the inside of the envelopes, but this is how I stamped the envelope here. All right, so that one is completed. And our next one we'll bring in is the pine trees one. Again, it's my favorite one. So with this one, the kit comes with 2 different circles, size circles. So this one uses a smaller circle, so you've got to be really careful about that. And the envelope I just inked up with trees. And on the inside here, I did the same, so it matches all throughout. All right, so let's bring in our next project with this card. This one's super simple. There's a line here which is going to help you put the gold foil down. Now there's two different sizes of gold foil. There's a smaller one and a larger one, and I know I'm getting lots of glare on there, so I won't keep it in the picture very long. You want the longer one. And there's also this little star here, so you want to use that, and I'll show you how I used it. So just make sure it stays down. And again, you've got to be careful because some of those little notches do stay in there, so get your piercing tool, and you want to do this kind of like over garbage, because I'm finding these all over myself because they're so super sticky. So it just takes a few minutes to get those out of there. If you know of a better way of removing these once you do this kit or complete the kit, let me know, because I think this project kit is going to be my Christmas cards for this year. They're super easy and they're very elegant, and I just really like them. Okay, so now I've got them all out, and notice there's a star there, but we're going to use it. And I'm wondering if you know where I'm going to use it. All right, so sorry, it's hard to do this over the videotaping, but I'm going to try to line that up straight across. And again, it's going to go over a little bit. And I'll just take your paper snips. Again, I think that was intentional by Stampin' Up! Designers. And we'll just trim it off. All right, that's our first step. Our next step is just to take some Tombow glue and add this panel here. And if you noticed on the cards, Stampin' Up! Is using Very Vanilla and Whisper White. So that was also kind of interesting as well. All right, so this one is just going to get lined up left and right and along that gold trim. I'm just going to give it a nice press. Make sure it sticks down, still moving a little bit. So I'll make sure that is adhered nicely. All right, while that is drying, we're going to stamp. So I'm going to bring in, this is the smaller circle, so let me show you the difference. Smaller and larger, so that's the difference there. All right, again, we're going to be using Mossy Meadow, and for my classes, I mark my stamps, you know, so the participants know which way the stamps are going. So let me just stamp this down and up. All right, so now we're going to add some dimensionals. See, I've got these little parts of the stickers on my hands. Get those out of there. All right, so now I'm going to bring in my dimensionals, and I'm going to add 3 to the back of this circle. I think 3's good. I don't think 2 would work, just because it could get indented in the mail. So I like to use 3 on this one. All right, I've got those released, and I'm going to now add this to our card front. And again, add it wherever you wish. I'm going to add it down in that lower corner. And now I'm going to add 3, again, odd number, of the Mossy Meadow rhinestones. And those can go wherever you wish. I think I'm going to put one down here this time. And I'll put one just over there. And this one I'll just put down here. Now, I don't know what I did with my star. Oh, there it is. Okay, so notice there's a little star here. So I'm just going to take that little star and I'm going to add it to one of these little trees. Isn't that cute? All right, so there's our little star. And on the inside, what I would do is I would just stamp the trees on there. So that's our second card from the kit. All right, so our next card will be, let's see, I don't want to get these all mixed up. All right, we did those two. The next one we're going to do is this one. I'm going to show you how to give this dimension. And this is the envelope I created, and I just carried it to the inside as well. See, there's the Whisper White, and that's the Very Vanilla. So it's found that interesting that they're doing that. All right, so let's bring in the next kit. So we've got our stamp, we've got our larger circle, and we've got the card base. Okay, and then we've got this piece. So what you'll have to do is you're going to need to take this out carefully. All right, and you can just throw that piece away. Now to give it dimension, I use my bone folder. There's that green rhinestone. Oh boy. Do you ever find the back of dimensionals, the paper? I find them everywhere, in my car, in my house, everywhere. Stuck to me too. All right, so that gave it a little bit of dimension. And now what we're going to do is find the sticker that goes behind here. So we're going to put a sticker right on top of that black outline. So this one, I found those things stay in there really well. So I'm not sure how to get those out. And this might take a little bit to get these out because there's quite a few and I don't want to put this down with those in there because then you won't see the detail from behind. So again, if you find a better way of getting these out, let me know, because I've got 40 more of these cards to make. All right, just got one more little piece over there. Okay, that's one side. Now we got to do the other side. Oh, I don't know how to do this. See? Hopefully I'll learn something from you. If you can place a comment in the comment section, that would be great. Maybe if I go from the back and go forward, then I can just take them out. There, I think I've got them all. All right, so now this gets placed right on here. Matches up real nice. And just give it a nice press. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put this onto the card. And we're just going to use our adhesive. You don't want to give it dimension. You don't want to stick down these, because you want them to be lifted up. So I'm just going to give this a little bit more of a, just a curl. Okay, so now I'm just going to put the adhesive right in about this. Oh, it's almost out. Okay, here we go. That should be enough. Now, I don't think it really matters which way this goes. You just want to be able to center it and not go over the edge. So you've got to look at this leaf here and this leaf here, and then just press down. Okay, so now the next thing we're going to do is stamp our greeting. And again, I've got the arrow there so I know which way I'm going. And again, we're using Mossy Meadow. And I'm going to add some dimensionals to the back side of this one. And I'll just add 3. And we'll press those on. And release them. And then this goes right in the middle here. Okay, got it too far over to the right, so should be able to lift those up because I didn't really press it down hard enough. Okay. That looks good, so I'm going to give it a nice press. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in the gold rhinestones, and I'm going to add 3 rhinestones to this card. I'm going to put one right down there below the sentiment. And I'll put one, let's see, let's put one down here, and we'll put one, how about we just put one over there, draw our attention over to that corner as well. All right, so that's our 3rd card in this card kit. And then the last one is this one here. And let's see, we've got our stamp and we've got this piece. Now this one goes this way, but we need that strip. So this is the smaller one here. So again, we're just gonna peel this off and figure out where we need to remove. Only 3 it looks like. Try going this way. All right, those came out super easy. All right, so now we're just gonna line this up with that white line. Give it a nice press, and now we're just going to add the tombow to the back of this panel. And this one, you gotta make sure that the stem on that is going downward. And this one, the piece goes a little bit over the edge. Oh shoot, I didn't get that one out. Hopefully I can get it out. That gold foil. So I'm just leaving about 1/4 inch of that gold foil showing. And I'm giving it a nice press. And let me just take my paper piercer and get that out of there. Perfect. Okay, so now we're going to stamp. And with that kit, you get your banners and they just come on a sheet like this and they come off real simple. And we're going to ink up, and this one I didn't mark, so I've got to be careful I don't do this upside down. All right, yep. Okay, again, Mossy Meadow. And hopefully I'll get this straight. All right, and now again, we're gonna add dimensionals. And I did, on this one, I do 4.5. And no need to use a big one right there. Just cut off the edge of your dimensionals and put one right there in the middle, and it should be fine. So again, we're gonna release the backings. All right, and now we're going to add this one. It can go anywhere, but I'm going to just have a little bit of that gold foil showing there, and then press it down nicely. And I'm going to bring in my Mossy Meadow rhinestones. Oops, some of that paper. And we're just going to add one here. Again, 3 odd numbers down in that blank space there. And the other one, I'm just going to add, oh, we'll do it up here where I did before. All right, so that is it. So this is a great kit. It's priced exceptional, $20. It's basically $1 a card. So let's look at these one more time. Here's the one. There's that one, and we also have this one here with the matching envelope. We also have, this is my favorite, is with the pine trees, just because I live in Vermont and we have a lot of pine trees where we live. And then lastly, the Merry Christmas. I'm using this Stamparatus to get a perfect stamped image and jazz it up with those gold rhinestones. So I hope you enjoy this card kit. To purchase the project kit, look for at my website, September 5th, you'll be able to order this online. And my website address is inspiredbygraham.com. Thanks for watching and have a great day.